It's Saturday, and you know what that means. Welcome everyone to another episode of Stan Hansen's Saturday. This is episode number 4, and this week we look back at Stan Hansen defending the AWA World and PWF Heavyweight titles against Riki Choshu from April 5th, 1986 in Yokohama, Japan. This was described as a double title match with both titles on the line. Crowd was very much into this match, as you would expect. Early on, Riki Choshu had the advantage, and we had Stan Hansen struggling to get out of Choshu's arm breaker and other submission holds. Whenever he tried to keep him grounded as much as possible and focus more of his attack on Stan Hansen's legs and then later on one of his arms. But every time Stan Hansen would fight his way back and try to get some offense, Riki Choshu was able to take him down. This was very early in the match. Hansen would mostly use power moves to take down Choshu. Whenever Hansen would get on offense, Choshu would always find a way to just get him back down and continue to work on his legs. Obviously, he was focusing on his legs because he was going to get him in a Scorpion Deathlock, his finisher. And early on, he did get Hansen in a Scorpion Deathlock, but Hansen actually was able to fight it off and reach the ropes to save himself. At one point during the match, Hansen charges at Riki Choshu with a shoulder tackle into the corner. Choshu moves out of the way. Hansen goes right through right at the ring post and over the top turnbuckle to the floor. Both of them brawl outside the ring. Choshu sends Hansen into the ring post. That gives Choshu some time to rest, and Hansen comes back in, and it immediately is placed into a Fujiwara armbar. So again, Choshu just continued to focus all his attention on either one of Hansen's arms, or on his legs. Obviously for the Scorpion Deathlock on that end. Hansen on offense at one point sends Choshu to the outside after an elbow. When Choshu tries to get back in the ring, Hansen brings him in with a suplex. Hansen goes for a splash on Choshu, but Choshu lifts up his knees and gets Hansen. Choshu then hits Hansen with a lariat and sends him to the outside. Like I said in the beginning, it was very much Choshu's match. Then later on, it evened out. Then later on, it kind of led to more of Hansen trying to use more of his kind of bullying Choshu in the match, but Choshu kept going, making his comebacks and always focusing on Hansen's legs. Then you see Ted DiBiase ringside supporting Hansen. For whatever reason, you didn't see him early on. Maybe he was there, maybe he wasn't, but the camera hadn't caught him till Hansen was getting back into the ring after being hit with a lariat and sent to the outside. Hansen comes back in, drops knees on Choshu several times. He hits a drop kick on Choshu. That's one of the cool things about Stan Hansen, is that he was very agile for a big guy. Hansen ends up going for a pile driver on Choshu and gets a 2 count, only because Choshu is able to reach the ropes. Hansen then he motions for the lariat. He goes for the lariat on Choshu, and then he goes for a second lariat. Instead of going for the pin on Choshu, he tosses them to the outside. Choshu quickly rolls back in. Hansen hits Choshu with a boot to the face, and Hansen goes for another lariat, but this time Choshu ducks, and Hansen ends up hitting the referee. The referee falls to the outside. Choshu gets Hansen with a backdrop and goes for the pin. As he's going for the pin, DiBiase makes the save for Hansen. Killer Khan, who's ringside in Choshu's corner, comes in and goes after DiBiase and gets him out of the ring. Hansen starts to beat on Riki Choshu. A second referee comes in to get Hansen to stop the attack on Choshu, or to control get the action back in control. Referee ends up getting sent to the outside by Hansen. The referee calls for the bell and disqualifies Stan Hansen. As this is going on, the referee's also checking on the previous referee, and you see Ted DiBiase and Ron Bass now standing alongside Stan Hansen, while Choshu is there being attended to by some of the All Japan wrestlers. And the referee makes the decision that Choshu gets the win via disqualification, and he is awarded the PWF heavyweight title. I thought this was a good match. Probably not at the level of the Kobashi match that I previously recapped, but it was good. Both these guys were at their heights at this point in time, with being super over with the fans. At one point you hear fans cheering for Hansen, other times you hear them cheering for Choshu. Just a really good match. Highly recommend it. This is available on, you can find it on YouTube. At this moment, I'll post a link to it on the description. Once again, be sure to subscribe to the Retro Wrestling YouTube channel, and remember, every Saturday we celebrate by recapping a Stan Hansen match. And thanks again, guys, for listening.